Tera reveals a new class, Overwatch confirms its monetization model. Is it free to play? Find out that and more. I'm Zach Sharps and this is Free to Play Weekly. First up in the news this week, we found out about a new title by Epic Games called Paragon. Stated to allow players to discover a new hero each week and unlock unique in-game items, this title seems to be leaning more toward a team-based shooter genre, if anything. That said, the announcement was pretty vague, but we did get a glance at Twin Blast, who appears to be one of the first heroes in the game's lineup. Pretty vague announcement though, and if we hear anything more here at MMOBomb.com, we'll be sure to let you know. This week marked BlizzCon, and with that, Hearthstone players got a fantastic announcement thrown their way. What is this announcement though? Well, it appears Blizzard has been working on a new adventure addition to the popular card game, and it comes out on November the 12th. Titled The League of Explorers, 4 wings of content will release on Thursday, alongside new cards and even legendaries for each of the 4 explorers. There are also the usual mix of class challenges, heroic modes, new game boards, and a new game mechanic called Discover, which lets players choose from 3 cards that fit their deck to add to their hand. Overall, the expansion seems at least interesting from a meta perspective, especially when talking about the new card called Golden Monkey, which replaces your entire hand and deck with legendary minions. Certainly am fascinated to see how professional players work that into their decks. Those of you fans of Bluehole Studios' free-to-play action combat MMO Tera will be excited to hear that a new class will be added to the game. Coming this December, the Brawler will become the game's newest tank class, which is supposed to play with a different feel than most tanks by adding more damage and more movement to the usual tanking stereotype. In addition to the new class addition, there will also be 2 new dungeons and new endgame armor added to Tera in the coming patch. Overall, this patch seems like a good Christmas present to Tera players, and I'm very intrigued with how the new Brawler class will differ from the standard tanking class. And speaking of classes, it's time for the question of the week. Last week on the show, I asked you guys to choose either story or the Elder game as what should be the prime focus of an MMO. There were a lot of interesting answers, one of which reminded me about something I forgot in a particular game I thoroughly enjoyed, ultimately giving me a whole different look on the whole story versus Elder game perspective. The Machine stated the following: personally, it all depends on what the game is. For example, in a game like Star Wars The Old Republic, both are needed to make the game complete. However, in a game like DC Universe Online, the level progression is very fast and raids are super fun to do because they actually make you feel like you're part of one very big story. In general, most MMOs need a lot of story and maybe a couple of good raids dropped every 4 to 5 months or so. Thanks for your guys' responses as always. It made me really think about why I love DC Universe Online so much, and you're right, the raids were fun and super accessible, allowing players to group up with ease and still have a challenging experience. That said, this week's question is, what role in MMOs do you play and why? Are you a tank who likes to lead, a DPS who likes to see large numbers and your name at the top of a damage meter, or a healer that loves to be the one who holds all of it together? Personally, during my hardcore raiding days, I was a healer. However, I've conformed more so to be a DPS over the years. Can't wait to see what the mix is within the MMO bomb community. At the beginning of the show, I mentioned Blizzard confirmed Overwatch's payment models, so the game will be free to play, right? Sadly, no. At BlizzCon, Blizzard confirmed that Overwatch is indeed going to utilize the buy-to-play model as rumored, while also releasing on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One on or before June 21st of 2016. The team-based shooter will be priced at $40 for the base version, only available so far to the PC, and $60 for the Origins Edition, which comes with a few extras and is available for all platforms. If you don't already know, Overwatch was the leftovers from Project Titan, which was supposed to be Blizzard's big follow-up to World of Warcraft. The project, however, went awry, and Blizzard salvaged it by turning it into a team-based shooter. Unfortunately, due to us being a free-to-play website, you won't be seeing any more Overwatch for at least a couple of years. Considering Blizzard is fighting an uphill battle against a team-based shooter market that is primarily free-to-play, the major esports are free-to-play or less than $15 buy-in, and the fact a multiplayer-only first-person shooter hasn't cemented itself in the market for quite some time without fizzling out quite quickly, it's likely you'll see it on the show in the future. Will you still play Overwatch? Leave me a comment down below. Looking forward to the free-to-play 2D smash 'em up Brawlhalla? Well, luckily for you, Blue Mammoth has launched the title into open beta, allowing anyone who wants to check it out the ability to do so. The game is utilizing the model popular among MOBAs such as League of Legends, where the game will feature a lineup of 6 champions always available via a free rotation, with more you can buy with in-game gold, or you can purchase the Legends pack for $20 to receive access to all current and future champions, similar to what Smite does. Other real money purchases are limited to skins, taunts, and other non-gameplay affecting items. I haven't checked out Brawlhalla yet. That said, I probably will soon if Fallout 4 doesn't consume my soul. Speaking of consuming souls, make sure to head on over to MMOBomb.com's social media pages to get the latest news as it breaks. Bookmark MMOBomb.com and check out the giveaways page to ensure that you never miss one. Signing out until next week's show, my name is Zach Sharps and I'll catch you guys next time.